What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. I want to thank you guys so much for being here and taking on this new journey with me as I try to work in these vlogs. If you're new, go ahead and hit subscribe. I have a lot of different content, from reactions to how I'm going into discussions about my vlogs, all these different things. So everything that I delve into, I want it to be different pieces of me and not so much just one specific area, because I feel like I am made up of so many different things and so many different ideas. I'm very my mind is you feel me? I'm gonna give y'all a quick backstory. I know y'all like the quick cut to the video and let's get it up and running, but listen, y'all got time. You here, sit back, relax. It's the weirdest thing in the world because I feel like I can be extroverted when it's my setting, right? I don't like small talk. So you see what I'm saying? It goes that deep, because if I'm going that deep into talking about ancient Egypt and you're talking about how's the weather, I don't want to, I don't really want to talk about that. I get tired of small talk because I feel like it is pointless, it's kind of meaningless, and it just fills the space. And sometimes I prefer the quiet. I prefer that space. If it's a dead silence, I prefer that. A lot of people cannot sit in silence and be completely cool with just now, if it's a room full of people, they cannot stand that. Over 30 seconds, somebody has to break the silence. And I'm just like, oh, it was so lovely. It was so peaceful. Why did you have to interrupt the silence? So there's different sides of the spectrum. You have those people who have to say something every minute, and you have people like me who can just sit in silence forever. And when I'm in this silence, I get lost in my thoughts. But it's great. It's great to me. It's peaceful. I have a hard time engaging when the situation doesn't fit me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to have to fake like I am interested, because that's draining. Okay, I don't want to talk about. Sometimes I notice with my peers, it becomes talk about, I don't know, it just becomes bullshit. Somehow the conversation always drifts to bullshit. I don't know how else to describe that. I have all the confidence in the world to say my piece, because I'm very I stand on what I say, and I take time to read what I feel. So I'm pretty solid on my opinion. When I give my opinion, it's because I've done a lot of research on it, so I don't mind sharing my thoughts on it. And I'm always open to hearing if somebody wants to interject or if they want to have something else to say against it, I'm all for that. But I love a good discussion, so I'm very confident when it's something that entails something. When we're getting to a point, when we're learning, when we're creating growth. A lot of conversations seem to be they have no depth to them, and we can't. It ain't gonna happen. If there's no depth to the conversation, I can't fuck with you. I don't know what you want me to say. I'm going to be very dry, very bland, and I'm gonna just say, man, I don't know. Come over here. Come on. Over here. Come over here, mama. Come in. Oh, she jumped over my... Okay, just sit. Sit down. Sit, Tuda. Hey, pretty girl. Hey, pretty girl. She's so sweet. I'm gonna pull the video up, though. Let's get into it. So maybe you guys can see from this guy. I watched 2 videos on the way home. So we're going to get into the first one, and I think I'll do the second one as kind of like a part 2. So it was very enlightening to me. So when I feel something like this, I'm going to start reacting to it. My point was that I noticed how lately I'm being drained to the point sometimes where somebody talks to me for 3 minutes and I've noticed how extroverted they are. I'm like so done. I'm so done. And I don't know if I'm turning into a person that's just like, I don't mean to be, but I'm never rude to anyone, but I will exit very quickly. I will pull like, oh, I'm gonna run, I'm gonna go. So nice talking to you, but I'm gonna go. This guy, his channel is Forrest Lee, Forrest Lee, Forrest Lee. So if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and head to his page and give him a like, give him a thumbs up, subscribe.
So last week, my girlfriend June and I went to go grab lunch with 2 of her friends from her graduate program. They talked about their whole social group of friends in their graduate program. They talked about married life, having a kid, blah, 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 all that fun stuff. And then I left that lunch feeling exhausted and tired. And I came to the conclusion that I hate talking to people. Now, I'm not saying that I completely swear off people, that I am antisocial, that I just hate everyone. I just really do not like talking to people anymore. I mean, does this have something to do with my introverted personality? Possibly. But I wasn't always like this. In high school, I was a very shy person. So by the time I got to college, I wanted to reinvent myself. I joined a fraternity, which is something till this day I regret doing. If I could go back in time, I would tell younger me to not join a fraternity and to be completely goddamn independent.
This guy joined a fraternity because he wanted to kind of get out there a little bit. And I was the same way. I was very shy in high school. I'm like, it's weird because being an introvert, you have to kind of find yourself, and you know how you are when you're alone. You're the most extroverted person when you're sitting in a room by yourself, like everything, you're having a good time by yourself. I mean, you are dying laughing. You're watching your videos. You may be up dancing in the room. It's the best time of your life when you're introvert, alone, right? But when I got in high school, I was like, okay, I kind of faded to the background too. Like, but when anyone talked to me, we became like the best of friends. I'm good with like interacting with someone one-on-one. I connect to people and we do get closer. But if we're talking like when we had to do those group things, oh man, I fade the hell away. Like, I'm going to say my little spiel that you want me to do, and then I'm going to return back to my seat as quick as I can without shitting myself first, So that was high school, and I did have a problem like with my confidence. Like, I used to have crushes on people that I don't even know if they knew I existed, and I had the hardest time like just saying something.
Waste of money, don't do it. Just make your own friends. During my time in college and being in a fraternity, you go around, it's the same conversation over and over again. Hey, how are you? My name is Forrest. Oh, what major are you? I'm blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. And it's the same small talk, superficial college conversations over and over again. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, this is the first time where you're leaving the nest, you're away from your parents, and you want to go out and meet as much people as you can. That's the point of college. Nothing wrong with that. You're out there to broaden yourselves, and it's the first step of independence. You're going to go out, you're young, impressionable, you want to go out, you want to meet people. Hey, how are you? By the way, I'm so-and-so. Oh, are you a 3rd year? You're 4th year? Oh, cool. What internships are you getting? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, I'm this major. You're that major? Cool. What are you into? Blah, blah, blah. So that's when you first get your bearing of adulthood. And right after that, I joined the United States Army, and I was there for 6 years. And being in the military is, if you're an introvert, you're going to learn to become an extrovert. You're put in a position where you're forced to socialize and to be loud and boisterous and establish dominance. At least that is for the United States military. If you're the quiet introvert, that is definitely going to be a sign of weakness. You want to have a loud, commanding presence, establish dominance. At least that was for my case, being in the United States Army as an infantryman. But dealt 6 years with that, and then I was out of the Army. And then fast forward.
I thought about going into the military because I thought it was the coolest thing to be a pilot. Like in high school, I wanted to be a pilot. I just loved planes, and I wanted to travel. Like I did some traveling as I was young and up into high school. So I was like, I should be a pilot. I changed that, and I changed. I don't know. It just changed somewhere down the line. But that was my dream job in high school, was to become a pilot. This cloud came around like the military for me, and I was not for it. I was not for joining the military after a while. I kept battling with it. Like, do I want to go into the military? Is that really something like, everybody's, it's like this or that, it's like go to college, get a job, or go to the military. It's always, these are your choices that you're left with. And I debated on it for a while, and like to the point I'm down sometimes. I'm at the recruit office they have, talking to the people that are in there, talking to the recruitment team, but I sat on it so long, I just didn't think like it was for me, and I still decided against it. I didn't go into the military, but he's saying that it forces you to become an extrovert. And I feel like when it's certain settings do push you to, like, you're gonna have to speak. Like if you're having a presentation, you have to get in front of a classroom or get in front of an audience and say, okay, I'm Jasmine, nice to meet you all, this is my X, Y, and Z, this is my presentation, so let's, it's draining even thinking about that. But when you're forced to be put in positions like that, it comes out. Like I can do it. I don't know for everyone else. Like when I am forced to have to present myself or be an extrovert, I can do it. But wait till I get off stage, I'm like, whew, that's over with. Thank God that's over with. I have to go home now. I have to get secluded. I have to get secluded now, because that took a lot out of me. Doing certain things like that just takes a lot out of me, man. That's not why I didn't go, though. But I don't know if I would have successfully I don't know if anybody likes the military, but there may have been one thing that I would not have liked if I had went, was being forced to just command a group and get in front of, doing shit, It's a no for me still.
Forward past the Army, I started backpacking and traveling for 2 years and so, and it's the same conversation over and over again when you meet other people in hostels or in other tourist attractions. Oh, hey, how's it going? What's your name? What country are you from? Oh, cool. What do you do? Oh, cool. Have you been here? Have you been to this place? Have you been to this place? Have you been to this place? And it's the same old superficial conversations over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. Now that I'm in my 30s, I have much less energy than I did back in my 20s. I am just more on the antisocial side, and I just don't like dealing with small talk like I used to. And I started questioning and doubting myself. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with me? Do I hate people? Am I becoming cynical?
I've been having that. So he is tearing that food up, boy. I've been having the same feeling. And I talked to my girlfriend. That's the only person I talk to. That is my best friend. That's my woman. I thank her so much just for putting up with me. and like, she is where I feel safe to express everything I feel. Like when I'm drained, I tell her, like, Lindsay, I gotta go. I'm drained. Like I can't. It's so weird sometimes, because when God Almighty, I wish he was here to second this. Sometimes when we're in a function or anything, I have a very hard time staying social, and at that point she sees it when my social battery has drained. She's like, is it time to go? And I'm like, yeah, we need to get the hell up out of here. Or I will tell her like, yeah, I'm about ready, I'm ready when you are. It's that once somebody says I'm ready when you are, it's time to get the hell up. It's time to step, like, let's go. When I say that, like, yeah, I'm ready when you are. I'm ready when you about ready to go? Okay. And we finna head out? Okay. That's that. That's like letting you know I'm ready to go. But she understands. Soon as like we're secluded, she's like, oh, thank you, for just being here. Because I know it was very hard, for you to just be present. And I'm like, cool. Like, yeah, I had to do it. And I'm very drained, but she definitely helps me. I tell her so she understands. You know what I'm saying? I've timed myself. I can really give myself about an hour, maybe 2 on a good day, before I'm just drained. So she knows once that mark has come, I can no longer, I can't do it. It dies, and I will sit in the room now like, and that becomes very awkward, because I know once I get into that space, other people can see it, or at least I can feel like they see it. They see that I have now detached, so it makes me feel very awkward. So at that point, I'm now ready to go. They're like, you're so quiet, and it's like, no, I'm just having like a mental breakdown right now in my head. So, but I'm like, oh no, I'm just chilling. I'm cool over here, and I'm trying my best to deliver over this bullshit. This is why I have to go, so I don't have to keep, faking the shit. Can anybody relate to what I'm saying? Y'all leave me some comments. If we're just not even that deep yet into this discussion, but if you guys can relate, please let me know. If there are any more introverts, like, do y'all deal with that same thing? Like, how do you guys cope? Because sometimes I just fade into the background, or I'm very quiet up until I actually leave. Like, there was no part where I came back to being social. It's I don't know, it's completely awkward for me. It gets completely awkward. Like, y'all, let me know, because
am I being pessimistic? And I thought it was my internal fault. I thought I was the one that had problems. I was like, dude, Forrest, what is wrong with you? Like, why do you feel this way? And I felt guilty in the sense that I felt this way. And then I got over it. All these reasons you have nothing to feel guilty about. Number one, I have a very introverted personality. It doesn't mean that I'm antisocial, but right. I get most of my energy from being alone and spending time by myself, doing whatever. It could be making YouTube videos, it could be reading, playing video games. As long as I'm just by myself, I recover all my energy and I gain energy. Versus an extrovert, they get most of their energy from talking to people, blah 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 blah, chit chat, fire away, like blah 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 blah. Oh hey, what are you doing? Blah 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 blah. Hey, my name is so and so. Oh hey, where are you from? And for me, I can't be around extroverts for a very long time because as time progresses, the longer I hang out with them, the more exhausted and the more tired I became. Which is what happened to me a couple weeks ago when I met up with a friend that I initially met back in a guest house in Hong Kong. He came to Bangkok and we grabbed lunch with my girlfriend. Coming into this lunch, I knew this guy was a pure extrovert, that in the back of my mind, I knew that hanging out with him for lunch is gonna tire the fuck out of me, just like he did back when we first initially met in Hong Kong. But I thought to myself, you know what, like, just be a nice guy, be presentable. This guy's reaching out to me. It's only nice that I meet up.
So he's saying he's gonna go meet with this guy that he knows is an extrovert. He knows he's going to be drained. He said, I'm going to be drained as fuck by the time I leave. And I hate when I know that before doing something, because then I now dread it. But he said, I'm trying to be a nice guy. You reached out to me. Let's hang out. I'm trying to be sweet. And this happens to me all the time. Oh, thank you for inviting me. But God, I hate to tell you, I really don't want to go. Okay? I really don't want to go. You thought of me. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. You thought of me. And it does make me feel good because you know, you want me there. You like my company. Do y'all just cut people off? Like, if you don't want to go, do you just be like, no, I can't, I don't want to go? Is it, I mean, because I don't know what to say, and I usually end up going because I'm trying to be sweet. I'm trying to, you know, I don't even know. I'm trying to appease people because they reached out to me. They're being kind, so I'm like, okay, God, just give them an hour. Just give them an hour, and then sometimes it turns into 3. And I'm like, oh Lord, why did I do this? Why did I sign up and do this? God, somebody save me. That's when you start, like, it goes so far. You be like, yo, let me call my cousin, say, hey, call and say it's an emergency so I can get out of here. Y'all ever done that? Like, sometimes when you really don't want to be there, you'll have somebody like, hey, pretend, call me and say something going on. Give me an excuse to get out of here. I have to get out of here. I cannot sit any longer, and this is carrying on. Just hurry up and call. Just say, oh yeah, something came up. Oh, but something did. Okay, I gotta go, y'all. Something came up. Damn. And we having such a good time, you know? But it's like I'm now running. I'm running to the car. I gotta go. This is so strange. I don't know why this is. Because human interaction sometimes will have me just ready to run to the car. Is this introvert life for real? This is what it is. Damn, that's crazy. That's wild.
Out with them to go grab lunch, which is what we did. We grabbed lunch, we grabbed boba right afterwards, and we left. And I turned to my girlfriend June, and I was like, honey, I am fucking tired. I'm exhausted of hanging out with him. This guy literally was machine gun firing questions, and it just tired and exhausted the hell out of me, which is absolutely no fault towards him. There's nothing wrong with his character. It's just that our personalities don't exactly mesh well. There's nothing wrong with realizing that some people are there to take away your energy. So as an introvert, I just need more time alone for myself and to be more selfish with my time so I can be at a much happier state of mind. And number 2, I realized that I do not like small talk anymore. I cannot stand small talk. During my time in college, my fraternity life, being in the army, traveling around for 2 years, I've gone through years and years of meaningless small talk. Small talk that offers absolutely no substance whatsoever. It's just filler. It's just a time waster. I cannot stand small talk, and it tires me out. And I generally, when I have the first hint or first sense of incoming small talk, I will physically walk away or try to avoid getting into that. And I feel that I'm becoming more and more antisocial.
Y'all, this happened to me today. This is how I reached this man's video. His name is Forrest Lee again, so go subscribe to his channel if you guys are into this video and y'all like it. I love his I love this content. It's just really well put together. So this happened to me this morning, and it's only 8 a.m. but I had to run out. And running out this morning, I encountered someone who was very energetic, and it's not because it was early in the morning. Like, I'm not like just a chipper morning person, but it was just the extrovert personality that got me. It was too much. It was too much, and they weren't the only ones in the room. Like, it was maybe 2 maybe 2, one more person. Like, that should matter, but it matters to me. It was 2 or 3 people in the room, and the way that people can get so loud, like so quick, and just be tripping and falling out, and that becomes too much for me so quick, because I'm just like, I'm very chill, right? Until there's something engaging. I'm just not like, you know, like he said, like, hey, what are you guys doing? Hey, what are you doing after work? What's up? Like, what's going on? Did y'all see the game last night? Like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't get into all that talking. I just be chilling. Like, I just be chilling. So, I don't know. I talk when I feel like there's something to say. That's me. I don't talk until I have something to say. And the quickest thing, sometimes it rubs me the wrong way, is when people be like, God, you don't talk much. Like, are you good? Are you okay? And I know how fucking weird that may come across to a person that even talks just more than I do or a lot. You know, like, you good? You straight? Yeah. I'm just chilling. I don't have anything to add to this conversation. And sometimes I know how much of a fucking barrier that can be because I don't have anything to add. Like, let's talk about something meaningful. And I'm not trying to be rude to that small talk, but I just don't have anything to contribute. So I just simply say, yeah, I'm straight. But I know, like, extroverts can be bothered by that. You know what I'm saying? Or just be like, why is she so quiet? Is everything okay? Like, is she good? And I don't know. I really don't have anything to add. It's just weird. I don't know. I don't mind being weird. Like, I don't even care anymore. I've realized that every time I get into a group setting, that's just how it's going to be until somebody talks about something. And I'm not the first one to talk about something because don't nobody want to talk about, the fucking Antarctica treaty, some old shit that I like reading. Nobody want to talk about that. You guys are gonna say, "Oh, have y'all heard when Hitler had that Antarctica peace treaty way back in? Do you remember that? What was the expedition for? What was he doing?" Nobody want to talk about that. I don't know why. Like, deeper conversations, like, I don't even know how I pulled that out of my head. Like, stuff like that, people don't talk about like that. They love, people eat up small talk. So I'm forced to just kind of I don't know. I don't like faking the shit for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and I have a hard time, and I'm barely engaging, right? So now I just kind of be like, hey, within the hour, like, I'm ready to go, or I will just leave, or even if that's 5 minutes in, I'm starting to realize that this is not my setting, and I could not do that before. So at this point, I'm understanding that I will completely exit. I will find the exit and take myself out of the equation. And that works for me. I will go find peace. This is how I ended back at home this morning. Because what had happened, it had got too loud, too much for me. I didn't want to, I feel like I filled everyone's personality out within 10 minutes. And I know people have more substance to them, but for the basic, I knew it was going to be a lot of small talk at the beginning, the whole time probably. So I just left. I was like, oh yeah, all right, peace. I came to hang, but yeah, I'm gonna go.
You experience enough meaningless small talk, you establish that metric, that baseline. So when you have enough experience with small meaningless conversations, the next conversation you have, you're gonna know within 5 to 10 seconds whether this conversation is going to be worth your time or not. Now, whether to judge a conversation of whether it's meaningful or it's meaningless depends on your own personal values. So a perfect example, when I stayed at a guest house over in Hong Kong, a guy that was also staying at that guest house came up to me, saw that I was editing videos, and asked me if I was a YouTuber. I told him yes, I was. And then he replied saying that he is also a YouTuber. And I was like, cool, who do you watch? And to me, he replied back with, yeah, I'm a big fan of Mandy Avella. I really like self-help, minimalism, self-improvement. And I knew immediately, I was like, this dude is fucking cool. This is someone that I get along with, that him and I are going to be good friends. Cool. And after that conversation, him and I became really good friends. We got a couple meals together before I left for Hong Kong, and he left to go travel wherever he needed to go travel. And that's how you kind of gauge your metric of who's worth talking to and who's not worth talking to. As long as that person aligns with your personal values, and whether you guys share that common interest of meaningful ideals, morals, interests, whatever that may be. Now, I said in my previous video how I want to keep my circle small because I want to avoid toxicity, the bullshit, useless conversations, whatever. And that's very true with right now, is that I only talk to just a handful of friends of my girlfriend because honestly, number one, I don't want to deal with small talk because it tires me out. Number two, I want to have deep and meaningful conversations that personally for me energizes me to make me work harder to be a much better person. That's the reason why I crave more deep, meaningful conversations. And lastly, you are the average of the 5 people that you associate yourself with. So if you hang out with people that are better than you, then you're forced to become better. However, if you hang out with mediocre, pessimistic, cynical people, then more than likely you're going to become mediocre, cynical, and pessimistic yourself. And lastly, I feel like it's really important if we just do things for ourselves. We get caught up with this whole stupid social norm of, hey, you always got to hang out with people, that it's really lame that you're grabbing food by yourself, you're visiting this restaurant by yourself, and I think that's complete bullshit. I get most of my energy whenever I just spend time for myself. You know, I just want to spend time alone, unplug, go to like a coffee shop, get a nice latte or whatever, and just listen to like a podcast, do some reading, whatever helps put more peace of mind in my heart and gives me more and more energy. I think it's really important that you do these things to help nurture that mental health of yours. I don't know, maybe I'm coming to this point in my life where I just don't like people anymore, that I think the majority of people fucking suck. Anyways, that's the end of my rant. I'm not telling you guys to be antisocial, to stop talking to people in general. I'm just telling you guys to be selective and picky of who you choose to speak with, to share your energy and your time with. That way you guys are going to have more deep, meaningful conversations and to have an overall better, happier daily life and overall better life in general. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.
I like that. I like that. So I'm going to subscribe to him because I feel like I love how he transitioned his video too. From more than talking, we did get to see him. Now, if you're not a YouTuber, like, I don't know if you'll understand how much effort goes into this. If you guys just watched his video, you will see that he had to go set his camera up to go walk into the coffee shop, to probably leave back out just to show himself walking back in and putting his stuff down, to probably stop his camera at that point. Like, it takes a lot of work. So I appreciate him showing all these different shots because it was soothing and peaceful to watch, because you have to set the camera up every time you do anything, like walking in the house, walking to the coffee shop, drinking your coffee. You have to keep pressing stop, start, stop, start, you know. And but the video was well put together, and also like his content, I love, like he stayed on topic and gave out very good relatable advice. So I'm gonna subscribe to Forrest Lee. Oh man, I don't want to say that I'm becoming that I'm becoming like a person that hates people. Like, I don't hate people. No, I truly do. I feel like, in all honesty, like, I am more selective of who I hang with now. And I realize, like, oh, you guys are lovely. You're just draining the hell out of me. So it is what it is, you know? I love you. You're cool. And I can see, like, how happy you are in your space, in talking. So I'm like, that's cool. But I won't stay in your presence because it's just too much for me. That's okay. Like, you know, call me if you want to chat quickly. You know, I'm still here. We cool. But I am going to distance myself as needed for me. And that's all right. He hit on a point where he said they make it so normalized to go out and just be social, like having a whole bunch of friends and doing all these activities and being so extroverted. They make that very normalized. Sometimes I even notice on applications, they will say, are you a team player? Are you extroverted? And sometimes I don't know if that's the question that I have to lie on, because you like, oh yeah, I'm a team player. No, I'd rather do it all alone. People, you know, I like working individually. That's cool too, because I'm like, it's going to get the job done. But, you know, jobs, like, they want you to be a team player. They want you to be kind of extroverted, outgoing, very, you know, woo, hey, how y'all doing today? Customer service. I am very selective about what I do now. I take out more time to recognize when I'm feeling weird, and I'm appreciating that in myself more, because before I would just sit and torture myself, like, and then I was thinking, like, what is wrong with you? Like, come on, speak Like, say something. You're becoming awkward. And now I just don't care. I just don't care. I'm just gonna tell them like, hey, I'm introverted. Like, and however you perceive that is how you perceive that. Like, I don't know. So I don't know what to tell you. Why I'm not talking, I don't know how to sweetly say that. I don't have nothing to say. I don't know how I'm supposed to deliver that. Like, or um how he was saying, to get with people that can grow you, get with some more people like you, or people that um get in a group that you feel is better than you so you can grow. And I'm like, I like that. um I was just telling Lindsay that I was like, we don't have any friends like we used to. And I was like, I don't just want friends. I want friends that I can connect with. I don't want just people, because like I said, I am, on this spiritual thing, and I understand the importance of my own energy and my own mental peace. So I don't want just people in my circle. I want like people I can connect with, and people that grow me, people that can guide me, because I feel like I can also pour what I know into them. I don't want it to be just like we just get together just to kind of talk about the BS. And it's kind of like, I don't want to waste my time. Like, if we're in each other's presence, you know, pour into me. Because when you're in my presence, we're going to have deep conversations, or I'm going to help you whatever area I can, you know, um, because I value my time a lot more too. So I'm in this thing now to where I'm trying to be productive with my time. So I don't want to feel like I'm wasting um, precious time that I could be doing something else besides, kicking the shit. I don't like to just do that. Um, unless I'm doing it, for my own peace. Not, I don't like, what I'm saying. Like, for me, I'll go to the lake, I'll read, um, I'll work on my YouTube. Um, I like to go to the beach and chill. Like, I will have space for my mental well-being, but like, if I allow other people to be in my presence too, I would just hope that it's productive. Like, we're doing something. But yeah, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I might be on to something. I feel like I'm on to something. I feel like he's on to something. I'm learning myself, and I'm just not caring anymore about being so social. I'm respecting myself more to say, hey, you're feeling something. We're feeling something. Like, yeah, let's exit, because there's no need to drain myself, my mental peace anymore. So, yeah, I'm like, y'all, do y'all feel that same thing? I try to keep that weight off of my shoulders. I still will attend things, but I know when it's time for me to go. Or sometimes I'm just like, no, I'm good. No, I'm learning to say no. I'm learning when to say when, because it's protecting me. So, I don't know. It's cool. It's cool. I'm learning I'm an introvert. I'm learning how awkward that can be to extroverts. How sometimes it's not what they want to hear. It's not how they want you to act. It's not going how they perceived it. And I'm like, well, tough shit. But let me know what you guys think. Give me a thumbs up. Leave some comments. Don't forget to hit subscribe. And thank you guys for watching.